Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. I'm loving it. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk 80's. If you remember, I'm Crumblewig420. I want to welcome you to this Monday morning live. Alrighty, I got a couple of things before we get into the side chat. This live is for, hold on one second. Sorry about that. My other monitor was on. This live's for 21 years or older. Nothing for sale or trade ever, 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 ever. And everything we do here is for documentary and educational purposes. Yes, everyone. Now, give Crumbleweed 1 second here because I've been smoking pretty hard since about 4 o'clock this morning. So I got a little zoot going on right now, which there ain't nothing wrong with. All righty, let's get over into the side chat. Jack, John Lindsay, and Maine, thank you guys for sprinkling all that love starting yesterday. Indeed. Thank you. Much appreciated. Jack, man, you were singing whole song lyrics in there. That was pretty freaking hilarious, man. Hilarious indeed. Whew. Yes, Jack. Yo, Anthony Story, what is going on, my friend? What is going on? Thank you so much for popping in. Cabs. Ooh, Cabs already got food. Fish and chips with a spicy curry. That sounds pretty freaking good already. Reborn Dreams, yes, I know. Silly people indeed, but it's nice to see them in here. Put a big smile on my face first thing in the morning. Let's see what Anthony's got going. Cheers. Cherry Inferno Diamonds and Piatella Donny Burger Hash in the Carta 2. Happy Monday, legend. Have a wonderful week. You too, good sir. You too. Yes, Gene, that 420 rip was pretty sweet. Grumble is doing absolutely fantastic this glorious Manic Monday. I'm glad you put it that way because I always forget about that. Every Monday starts out with a little mania, I think. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, indeed. The hair is Hobo Hideaway. Jack popping back in. Little alien head, my friend. Yes, indeed. Maine, my brother, what is up? Hey, Jamie, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you indeed. Cody Wilson. Indeed. There's the shadow. How are you? Yes. Dream Tooth, my brother, what's going on? What is going on? So nice to see you in here so early in the morning. Yes. Yo, Dr. T, what is happening? You out there making any bank in the casinos this week? That be the plan? That should be the plan. I don't know. I should see when Mrs. Wig and I line up for our next day off together. Maybe we should do that just to blow off a little steam. Casinos aren't too far from here. Probably run up for a day trip. I used to like it when they were open 24 hours. That I always thought it'd be cooler just to shoot up there at like 2 o'clock in the morning and have at it, then come back home. I don't know. It's Crumble Thought. Crumble Thoughts indeed. Bring this up here. We are rolling right up on. Oh, there it is. It is 5:30, everybody. So, cheers. Make sure you've hydrated. Yo, Mr. Bibbs, what's going on? What is going on? It is 5:30. We are going to rip. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Is that Jack and the Green Talk? Yes, it is. Cheers, my friend. Ooh. I want a little spicy. Little spicy indeed. Ooh. Nice, Gene. Nice. Gene said, funny you mentioned casino. Entertained the wife last night. Walked into the casino with $40. Walked out 40 minutes later with $270. Nice, Gene. That is nice. Ooh, Dream Tooth. Dream Tooth said, let's talk betrayal of Snuffleupagus, the imaginary friend of Big Bird till 1985. Execs saw Big Bird make bucks at the box office. They sold him out. It is so sad. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yo, Bomb Deal, what's going on? Good morning, JC Smith in the house. Yeah, Crop, no kidding. No kidding. Crop just said, I remember 1980 when Mount St. Helens, the Mount St. Helens blow. Lived 30 minutes from it. Damn, that had to be scary as shit. Scary as shit. No, I'm not a fan of pepper terps either. This one was just spicy. It was a spicy rip. You know what it is? It's because I got some of the Cargo Cartel in that one bowl this morning, and it's got a little spiciness to it. Just a bit. Yo, Senate, what's up? Yeah, that had to be crazy. Absolutely. Hey, you know who I haven't seen around in a little bit is Arcane Cavort. Anybody seen him flitting around? I know with the change on my sidebar when I'm on YouTube, it's not as easy for me to navigate as it was before when I'd see people come up and on. Just haven't seen Cavort in a bit. Hey, winging it. What's up? What is up, my friend? Thanks for swinging in. Okay, that's cool, Gene. You messaged him yesterday. He said he'd been busy getting things together for spring. It's cool. I don't see people around, and I don't know if it's just me or whatever. Just nosedive and winging it. Hey, Brett. Good morning. Good morning. Excellent, Gene. Excellent. See, I knew if I'd ask, somebody in here would know. So thank you. Wow, big shout out to the 22 of us in here right now. Thank you, everybody. Yo, Aaron Woodley, what's up, my friend? What is up? Well, thank you, Anthony. Hey, I think we got Jack coming up. Yes, we do. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How we doing?
It's a day. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Oh, I see the kitty cat.
Yeah, she decided to get up and come hang out. My new digs.
That.
Yeah, I had to move up out of the shop room because it was too dusty in there, and so I moved up in here.
Nice.
It's cleaner.
You look more comfortable. It's like you got your throne there. You
It's
can
what
sit
it
back
is.
and impart your words of wisdom to us.
Yeah, I don't know if I got any of those anymore. But I'll give you a quick look around. You ready?
Sure.
All right, hold on. Let me fold the tripod up. All right. So let me see. There's the doorway to come in here. I got my bead curtain hanging.
Nice.
Yeah, got my first aid kit and fire extinguisher. Got my armaments.
Nice.
And then knickknacks hanging on the wall. See if I can move I got all my knickknacks and shit on the wall. And then now down here, I got my old school desks and chairs. You remember sitting in that thing?
Oh, God, yeah.
You said something about 1980 something. There it is. Yep.
Wow.
And then stuff, and then stuff, and then more stuff. And
you collected insulators? I see all
it-
those insulators over on a shelf over there. Crumbleweed collected those for a long time.
Yeah, all these came from Iowa, man. Every one of them I found
Nice.
here. And so yeah, I got ceramic ones and glass ones, and I got glass marbles.
Sweet.
So yeah, this is my throne room with my treasures.
Pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah,
cool
shall we?
indeed. Whew.
Sip and rip.
Sip and rip. Cheers, cheers, everybody. Cheers, cheers.
All this stuff hanging on the wall behind me is my wife's.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's got her channel, Uniquely Twisted. You've been there, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, all that's hers. She's got videos up there for most of it.
Nice.
Yeah, she's the real artist in the group.
You know, I think, and I've learned this, and I hadn't always said it, but I think all of us have our own little piece of artisticness. Now, I may not be as grandiose as other people, but you know, there's something that I'm a little talented about. It may not be in the conventional art form, but you know, I cooked for a number of years. They say there's a little art in that.
No, there's a lot of art in that. Yep. Cooking is an absolute form of artwork, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I do. I do indeed. Ooh. All right, my friend. I better get back to the chat because I'm getting lost in this joint already here.
You better go have at it, Tim.
All righty, my friend.
Good morning. You gotta hang up. I ain't gonna get up.
I know, that's okay. I was just seeing what I was doing here. All righty, Jack. There we go. Excuse me on that. Wow. Good morning, good morning. Cheddar Bob, what's going on, my friend? What is going on? Yes, yes, little cheers indeed. Whew. Nice. Nice, nice. Let me just catch up over here real quick. Yes, yes. So I don't know. I was thinking yesterday, and which Crumbleweed does do sometimes, and I struggle for stuff to come up with for a name for the lives. I don't want to throw up there and say, here's our fucking Monday live. So I don't know. I stumbled on this almost 4-hour video yesterday. It was all shit on the 80s. And I don't know, some of it I didn't think was from the 80s. I thought it was from shit. Some of it 90s, some of it 70s. It's interesting. Interesting indeed. but a lot of it made me chuckle and laugh. I still like some of the 70s stuff better. Some of the 70s weaponized child games had to be by far the best. Well, now that's a nice one, winging it. You have the spring carry. That's nice. Titty Twister Tuesday tomorrow. There you go. Thank you, Reborn. Now I have a name. Now I got a name for it. See? I struggle with it sometimes. And sometimes I come up with stuff that only I understand. So, Titty Twister Tuesday. Should write that down. Mrs. Wiggle asked me, what's the name of your live today? It's like, no, I'm not going to share that one with you. Beep, 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 bow, 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 bow. Thank you, Reborn. Thank you. What's going on with my voice this morning? What the fuck? It's probably from that spicy rip I had before. See if a little Diet Pepsi fucking calms it down, or whatever the fuck this is. Yeah, Pepsi Zero, Pepsi shit. Let's get this squared away. 542. Nothing wrong with that, John. That too is a good one. Tuesday's Talks and Tokes. I like that. I like that. Yes, yes. Titty Twister's got something to it, though. It's got that bite that'll grab you. See, Winging It said, my wife has used Titty Twister Tuesday before. I bet you. I bet you. Better swap this out. Yep, the ever dreaded Monday. I am a little scattered today, once again, and usually that is not the case. I think I slept fairly good last night. She enjoys color and the spice of life. Nice. Nice. Yes, JC. Happy Monday. 544, little hydration here. Little hydration. And I say, move that. Oh, really, Jamie? That's cool. I was over on Keezy's live. Keezy was live earlier, and I hopped into their chat for a little bit and was hanging out. Didn't really see a lot of other people on, but again, it's a pain in the ass for me to navigate that right now. But cheers. Yes, Crop, it is freaking Monday. Cheers. Oh, nice, Maine. Nice. Good for you. That is awesome. If you're doing it for neighbors, you don't have to go too far. That's great. That is great. Yeah, Crumble's lucky. I'm not back to work until Wednesday, so I've still got, today and tomorrow, which nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Gonna go out and do our shopping this morning. I think when Mrs. Wig gets up, we'll hit the store and Miller Lite Mondays. Miller Lite Mondays, said Reborn Dreams. Oh, really, winging it? That does suck sometimes. That's why I tried to do things so Mrs. Wig wouldn't do that. But I've had my share of slack off. But I have to feel good about that she hasn't went to that route yet and hired somebody to do shit. I have. It's like, I don't know how to fucking do this. It's like, I'll pay someone to do it. Oh, that's good, Maine. Ah. Yup. Yeah, I am not. I'm better at windows than doors. So, as stupid as that may sound, at least the windows that I had to install, this guy gave me like a fucking 20-minute crash course on it. And he's like, have at it. I'm leaving for the day. And it was like, fuck. I ended up doing the whole house myself. It was shitty. It wasn't shitty. It just took me way longer than it took him, if he would have done the same job. But I learned. Yeah, cats can be like that, Jamie. My Crumble daughter sent a picture of her boyfriend holding this cat upside down, and it looked like he was going to, do a wrestling move on it and pile drive it into his fucking knee. It was like God's. True. Dogs are all quiet this morning. Yesterday morning, not so much. They did not like that daylight savings horse shit yesterday. Oh my God. Yep. When I gotten up, every one of them was up already. It's kind of shitty. Kind of shitty indeed. Just because they were pains in the ass. It was like the revolving door of everybody wanting to go out. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, as I said, Crumble's daughter had a cat here. The cat stayed in her room all the time. When it came out, our big dog would just pounce this thing all the time. Now, Crumble daughter felt that they should be friends. Not so much when you got a dog that weighs like 75 pounds and a cat that weighs what? 6, 7? I don't know how much cats weigh, but this is not a big cat. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind cats if they didn't need litter boxes. I think litter boxes are hideous, but I know they're like part of the whole cat realm thing. But yeah, and cats that aren't assholes. If it was just a cat that would sit and let me pet it, well, that'd be fine. That'd be a whole different story. Yes, yes. You know, when we bought this house, winging it, there's a cat door that goes to our basement, which is the weirdest thing in the world, or a dog door. She thought it was bizarre. Yes, Mary, somebody did say the 80s. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And thank you for stopping in and good morning. Yeah, Crumbleweek's just being high and not saying much of anything at the moment, just reading the chat. We were currently discussing some kitty cats. Yes, yes. Good morning, Inu. What's up? What is up, my friend? Ba 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 bum ba ba bum ba ba bum bum ba ba bum bum. Excuse me. Good morning, Angie. I am doing absolutely fantastic today. Little higher than usual for this time of the morning, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Have a veranda, ramps, and other fine dangers they can hurt themselves on. Very nice, winging it. Very nice. Our dogs aren't that acrobatic. They really, no. Maybe the littlest one. He would be the biggest one that would do something like that, but yeah. Pa ba 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 ba. Huh, John. Huh. Oh, that's not too bad there, Inu. 65 lows, 87 high. We're at 43 right now. I want to say, hold on one second here, that we're supposed to go up to 60 today. Yeah, it's going to be in the 60s today here. Then what are we looking at for the rest of the week? I'll take a peek ahead for that. Yeah, it's going to be 60s, and then Thursdays it's going to drop into the 30s. So I guess that becomes a thing. Oh, all right, Angie. Cool. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. So much appreciated. What was my favorite part of the 80s? You know, it covered so much weird shit that happened all in that decade. I mean, I graduated high school, graduated college, got married. All three of those events, we got married for the first time, took place in the 80s. So, yeah, I was thinking about that as I was going through in my head all this weird shit. As I said, I was watching part of this 3 or 4 hour episode yesterday on YouTube that was all on the 80s, and it was pretty fantastic. Yo, Gyro, good morning, and thanks so much for popping in. Ooh, Inu smoking on, Iranian Queen. John said 68 today, 81 tomorrow. Nice. I heard that, Jamie. I heard that Michigan got hit hard a few days ago. Is that Rock Solo? Rock, what's going on, my friend? What is going on? Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, I had my first child in the 80s also. So there was all of that stuff. Yeah, I've only gone through the tornado experience one time, Jamie, and I don't need to do it again. It was scary as shit. Scary as shit. Yeah. Wow. But there were things that, I don't know, I had that whole Princess Di, Prince Charles marriage, death, everything all skewed up in my time frame in my head. So, whoo, big hair, yes, the 80s hair, Mary. That was the thing. Let me tell you, back in the 80s, Crumbawig had curly hair down to his shoulders. Now, it wasn't naturally curly. Crumbawig went out and got perms so he could look super badass back in the 80s. Yep. So Crumbawig had his own big fucking 80s hair. Good morning again, Dream Tooth. So good to have you here. I'll see if I can dig up some pictures that don't have people in it that don't want to be identified, but I'll see if I can do that. Ba, 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 ba. 5:58. Yes, yes. Shall be an excellent rip. All right, Rock Solo chimes in with long hair, pretty girls in spandex. Yes, Budweiser, weed, rock and roll. So in the 80s, here in my hometown, we still had, speaking of Budweiser, we had beer balls. Do you guys remember those? Where there was, what was it, 2.5 gallons of beer inside this fucking ball that you had this pump to pump that shit up? Nice, John. Unless the trees are bending over, tornadoes, weather ain't bad. Southwest Missouri, cheese. Oh, Boone's Farms, Boone's Farms. Yeah, the beer balls and the kegs. Well, we would generally carry the beer balls out into the woods. It was just easier than trying to get somebody to fuck around with a keg. Yeah. Man, the piss-warm beer we would drink sometimes. Yo, Buckeye Treats, what is up? Thank you so much for popping in. Right at 5:59, rolling right up on 6 o'clock. I say a little hydration. And I say, let's rip. Yo, Big Nog, what is up? Ooh, Berry Bong and kegs, said Aaron Woodsley. Oh, nice. You chipped in and got a keg and hung at the spillway. We used to hang at the reservoir. I guess same. Humble Crumble. Yes, I am well indeed. Just reminiscing a little bit this morning about things here and there. Yes. Getting ready for a little work there, Buckeye. Cool. Yeah, Coke in the glass bottle. I remember the old glass bottle vending machines that just had one row of bottles, and you'd pull the bottle out, and the next one would roll down into the slot. Those are pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. So I remember seeing vending machines in very few places. You'd have them in the laundromat, which I thought was interesting. But now when I look at it in hindsight, well, where else are you going to fucking put one back in the, late 70s, which is when I first remember seeing them like that. Yep. Big nug. Yeah, anywhere the cops weren't looking. The cops around here were just so laid back. So laid back. Oh, yeah, the concerts that we went to. Oh, my God. Yeah. And they were safe. And they were all over the place, too. I mean, just by nature of being here in New York, especially upstate New York, led to being able to see just so many great outdoor shows and stuff that have came and gone over the years. Yeah, no kidding. Maine partying in the gravel pits. I bet it was easy to see him coming. Yeah, we tried doing that party in the gravel pits, and then some dumbass friend of mine whose father owned one of the gravel pits was dicking around on his dirt bike and tore his foot all up and made it so nobody could go to the gravel beds and freaking party anymore. Because it was the father's business, and there was liability and all that other crap. Ba ba bum 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 bum. Ha! Pull handle vending for cigarettes everywhere. I'll come back to that one because Crumblewick owns one of those machines. Yeah, tons of concerts. Yeah, I know. Rock, my father was dean of students in my high school. And so when I got popped buying alcohol, well, drunk, I was dragged around all my friends' houses until I finally admitted I was the one that fucking bought it. But oh my God, yeah. Yep. Yeah, John, I had an opportunity to buy a cigarette vending machine back when I had my big eBay store, and it was just in one of the auction lots that I was bidding on, and it came out of a prison here in upstate New York. But yeah, I've got it sitting over at my Crumble Pappy's house still. I have to move it here at some point in time, but just something different. Oh, that's kind of cool, being able to hang around the cemetery. I mean, as long as you're not disrespectful and you're chilling and everything. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool to hang there and party. We had a lot of cemeteries up near my high school. It was a Catholic high school, but I didn't ever go hang out in the cemeteries. And I know my brother did at one point in time, and he went there with the girl and came back with poison ivy all over both of them. So, that was their punishment for I don't know, defiling the cemetery as far as I'm concerned. I found it rather humorous. Is that Reese? Good morning, Reese. What is going on? What is going on? Bum, 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 bum. Yo, William Bartow, good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for popping in. We're just chitting and chatting a little bit about the 80s, 80s hair, 80s concerts. Many families own strip mines, underground mines, or only motorcycles. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, winging it. Holy shit, Maine. Awesome, my friend. Awesome, awesome. Everybody, Maine, day 7, no cigarettes. Yes, yes. Good for you, Maine. You got this, my friend. You got it. You got it. Oh, this is, yo, Rural. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so inside it had been converted over to wooden blocks because it was in a prison. So you would put your money in the machine, your coins or your tokens that they had given you, and it would dispense out a wooden block that you would bring to the commissary to get your cigarettes. So it's all set up for change. The last change amount that was on there before they converted it to the token system that they used in the prison was 60 cents. So that was kind of funny. Because I remember when they were 35 cents a pack, and I'd get them for my babysitter that would send us over to the local drugstore, because you used to be able to buy them right next to the pharmacy. I know, even better from a prison. Hey, Keithley, what's going on, my friend? What is up? Thank you so much for popping in. Hey, Mr. Crowley, what is up? Oh, that's right. That's right, Maine. Have you been out in public yet, now that you are smoke-free? Yeah, yes. Quarters. Go there with a bunch of quarters. Oh, you went out long enough to see the gas was $3.50 a gallon? Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, Rural. 60 cents a pack. Hey, Dragon 420, what's up, my friend? What is up? So good to see you. Hope everything is well in your world. Yeah, hydrate indeed. Hydrate. Oh, John. John wants to know if we want Richard Simmons headband on or no headband. Whoo. I don't know about that one. You know, he needed to keep the headband on to, hug that shit on his head. I don't know. I tried not to watch the guy. He was a moving force of the 80s, so we can't deny that. No, no, my hair did not look like his. No, it wasn't that bad, Mary. Yeah, pizza pie $4.99, and it was a good pie, Rock. It was a good pizza for $4.99. Yeah, the pizza pie. Yeah. Yep. $1.60 Big Mac. Mr. Crowley tripped a lot in the 80s. That's good. It's good. It builds character. You just remember it a little wavier than we do. That's all. Nothing wrong with that. Somehow this morning, I ended up getting my fucking sleeve to this thing wet, and it's really pissing me off. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think the McDonald's from the 80's and the McDonald's that we're in right now is a complete different thing. Well, okay, so you bring up a good point, winging it. You said you think it's funny how folks remember all these low prices and forget the low wages. You know, I remember when I first started out and just getting paid, I was paid cash. It was under the table, but not under the table, if that makes any sense. They just paid us cash, and then it was like a queer version of a 1099 or whatever, because I was young. But needless to say, yeah, they were low wages, but I don't understand also how, I don't know, they were lower wages, but it was a happier time. Maybe we weren't as big of assholes back then yet. We didn't have all that heavy and hot assholedom in us, but I don't know. I don't know. Who's that? John Boy? John Boy said, Crumbleweed, don't forget about Tammy Baker, the makeup. Holy shit, yes. Oh my God, she used to put that on with a freaking spatula. Oh, man. Yo, good morning, Token Tom. Good morning. Yes, I think 80's food was healthier, as I said, compared to what we have today. I think everything's so much more modified and fucked up, but that's a whole other conversation. Yeah, every now and then Mrs. Crumblewig will bring it home, and she doesn't even ask me what I want. She'll just pick something, and it's either going to be a win or a loss, and lately it's just been a loss. No, nothing against her. It's just it hasn't, I don't know, hasn't been yummy. Yeah. You can't even call half the plastic anymore, Tom. It's, these water bottles, if you don't hold them right, as soon as they empty, they start crushing on you. There's no structure to stuff. Oh yeah, we have a sub shop here. That's actually the name of it, the Oswego Sub Shop. It's been around for I can't tell you how many years. It might be like 70 years or longer that they've been in their location. And yeah, that place be open till 3 o'clock in the morning. It was only about 5 houses down from where I lived, so we fucking munched there all the time afterwards. 15K for a top of the line vehicle. Yeah. I remember I got my first car new to me. I bought a 77 Buick Electra and paid $4,000 for it, I think. And that car was freaking stacked to the hilt. I don't know why the fuck I thought I needed it to go to college with that. It looked like a big fucking pimp mobile. Hey, I know people who told me that those long darts are great until you get poked in the head with one. Yeah, Rock, there you go. 4 to 8 for a decent vehicle. Hey, Gyro, glad you're back. That's right, Tom. I remember you talking about that you cut tobacco. Yeah, no, my first job, we got paid $10 a night, which we were there for about 4 hours, maybe 5. So we got fed a meal. So it was in the restaurant business. We got fed before service, so we wouldn't eat during service, obviously. And then we got fed at the end of the night. And we got paid $10 and anything that we wanted from the bar. So they were called heroes, not subs. Yeah, up here it's subs, but you go partway down the state, they're calling them wedges, they're calling them grinders. I don't know. Always been a sub here. For heroes, no, because we had Drex subs up here, which was a chain in upstate New York. So, yeah, Mr. Crowley, ashtrays at fast food restaurants, that's true. And if you could come across one of those right now, man, you'd be making a little cash. That you would. I see that I missed the 6:15 rip, so hold on 1 second here. I digress with a little hydration. Cheers, cheers to the 40 of us in here right now. Yes, yes. Yeah, I think it might be a regional thing too, Mary. Oh, I would never interchange the hamburger for a slider. Oh, JC, you are 100% correct. If I could resurrect some of the appliances that I got rid of, not because I needed to, but because one of my ex-wives wanted an upgrade, I'd be fucking rich because they last and you could find parts for them. Fucking workhorses. Workhorses. Ah, Shadow said, Mr. Crumble, you bought that car for the girls and you know it. Hey, maybe, just maybe, I got a story with that car someday. But yes, there could have been some truth to that. Could have been some truth. Huh. Hey, Asymatic, good morning, good morning. What is going on? What is going on? You got fed lunch by the landowner's wife? That's kind of cool, Tom. Yo, Jody, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I have heard that is an unpleasant job for a number of different reasons, working tobacco. Brett was just making that comment to Tom, but absolutely. I bet, John Boy. John Boy said, in 1986, I paid $300 for a 77 Malibu Classic. Totaled it 6 weeks later. It still had a good passenger door on it. Yep, smoking in hospitals, right in the emergency rooms, you can fire up. Yeah, Mary, sliders are the mini burgers, but when in the 80s, I don't remember sliders too much. Well, can I say that towards the end of the 80s, I think there was some gravitational towards them, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of when I remember going to my first White Castle, because to me, that would be what I would consider the OG slider. Yes, yes. Now that you bring that up, my apologies for banishing not banishing, but just forgetting some of these things that you guys are bringing up. It's absolutely fantastic. Like, remember watching gold go over $600 for the first time and inflation going through the roof. I do remember those things, not as vividly as I should. Probably just pushed them out for other memories. Or I'm slowly decompensating and have Alzheimer's creeping in, but I slightly doubt or highly doubt that's the case. You remember calling him a peanut farmer, Tom? $500 a pound for a pound of brickweed. Ooh, Maine had the 75 Cutlass Supreme. Yeah. Smoking at the health department. Yes, I remember getting vaccines and the doctor having a cigarette in his mouth. Well, it stabbed me in the arm. Yo, Reese, you have a super awesome freaking day. Yes, yes. Be safe out there. Be safe on this Monday. And thanks as always for stopping in and saying, hey. Oh, you had a Volkswagen thing? Was that one of the ones that would float in the water, Mary? And yes, I used to have the high beam controller on the floor of my car too, and it sucked because in the winter up here, they get caked with ice and it would either freeze on or off. And it was a real fucking pain in the ass because back then, police officers would come ripping after you if you were like driving down the road with your high beams on all the time. That was one thing that for some reason pissed them off more than anything else up here. 88, Mary, that you had to go outside and smoke? Nice, Mr. Crowley. John Boy said, by the way, my 15 Northern Light beans were duds. That sucks. But did pop a 2-year-old black gorilla bean, and it's about 3 inches tall now. Sweet. When I was working out at Oswego State University, when was that? It was 90s that they finally got rid of smoking out on the campus out there. 90s, maybe it was after 2000. Yeah, it was after 2000. Because I had left and they had gotten rid of it from all the dining halls and then designated areas. So, yeah. Yep. $25 years ago, an ounce of gold was cheaper than an ounce of weed. Dang. True, though. True. You never floated your car, Mary? You should have. Cocaine usage out in the open in the 80s? Yeah, there was a lot of that, Dr. T. Super lot of that. The shadow in the 70s, we used to get the brick weed. Which is true. Are you talking about how they would have everything in brickweed? You'd have spider nests, you could have twigs. I'm surprised you didn't find like freaking fossilized bird skeletons. I'm sure they were in there. I'm sure they were in there. Green with the half soft top pillow seats. Yes, John. Yes. Yo, OG Plant Janitor is in the house. Good morning, my friend. I hope you are having a fantastic day yourself and that you kick ass and take no names today. Take no names, just kick that ass. Homie Grows, what's up, my friend? What is going on? Gyro, how goes your wonderful world of mycology this fine day as I'm going through here and saying hi to people? Jimmy John, you pothead, what is up? What is up? There we go. There we go. Who won the second flush? Oh, you're on the second flush. I got so fucking confused for a second there, Gyro. Now, don't get me wrong. I am high. I will self-admittedly say I started out this live this morning high. But, man, I got lost on that one. Good. Second flush. Nice. Nice. I know. I think back to some of the weed that was purchased and smoked, you know, especially late 70s for Crumble, cusping into the early 80s. Oh, yeah, Jimmy John. Yes. Yes, indeed. Coca-Cola collectibles. When I was in Connecticut, which was for a solid chunk of the 80s, Hess was huge there as collectibles there was a lot of stuff back then, that people gravitated to. Cabbage Patch Dolls. You're going to be going back to the B plus, finding more Leisureland, Gyro? Okay. Oh, thanks, homie. You took today off, and I will wake and bake this morning. All right, perfect. The Black Gorilla has got to be the funkiest burnt foam, grunge, liver, and onion flavor I've tasted. Doesn't give me the head hype, but I don't have any aches or pains now. Nice. Nice indeed, John boy. Ah, Mr. Crowley said, remember dry times of the year. It was a norm. I don't know. I mean, I didn't pay attention to a lot of what went on throughout the country, until kind of much more recently than I had. I don't know. I just hadn't paid attention to a lot. And I don't know if it's now more so that I grow and that I talk to so many different people from all over the United States and world right now, on a more regular basis, that you just see it more. You see how some things have changed. Some of it's just cycles. They're just more annoying now because there's more of us to get pissed off by them. I don't know. That's Crumble's opinion on the weather. But I will still bitch about it when it fucking snows and everything else. Oh, you get to drive the boys to school. Good for you, homie. Oh, okay, Mr. Crowley. In Boston, dry season would happen. November, December. Oh, come on. My Fitbit Versa battery is low. Indeed, indeed. Whew. Coming up on. Oops. That is the Crumble Pappy alarm. November, December, brickweed be readily available. Or are you talking about the 80s? Because God knows that was true. True indeed. Though I probably went a good, God, probably 20 years where I did not consume. So I couldn't tell you what weed would have looked like back then. Not that I wouldn't have had access if I just probably opened my eyes and looked around really hard. God knows in the industry I was in, it was rampant, but not so much as Coke was the big thing in restaurants, way more so than the weed. The Cokes, the freaking, your speed, your shit along those lines. Oh, nice job, John boy. You got 2 pounds from one bean? That is nice. Huh. Interesting. Mary said, I got a survey email from Seedsman, and they're seeming to be trying to come up with workarounds for going past November. Be interesting to see what we end up, where we end up. Yes, no kidding. No kidding. You know, I was thinking of that the other day when because I actually have been lucky and have been blessed by a number of people in the community with genetics. And I won last week, well, week before last, I won on Scotty's card game. And this past week, I won on Scotty's card game again. So I let Scotty know that the second ones that I won to pay him forwards out to the community to someone, especially just with that. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of new growers. You know, why not? Billboard saying you think it's dry now, wait till November. Yeah. Yep. We had a chunk of that, a chunk of signs and shit like that. Hey, Tim Yak and Tom Kerr both rolling in. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you? Cheers, cheers, my friends. Cheers, cheers. Yes, yes. Crumble's really not paying attention to things this morning, so let's rip, everybody. Yes, yes. Yes, indeed. Pollen is the future of seed companies, you think, John? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, you know, I mean, see, really, in thinking about it, if I planned out my next, I could probably plan out at least my next 10 years in runs if I wanted to. Knowing that I'm not going to be running, you know, now that I can clone and stuff like that, it makes a huge difference to me. I mean, I find something I like and I really enjoy, I'm going to be able to hold on to it better. You know, I didn't have that ability nor that thought process when I first started growing. So I don't know. Don't know where I'm going with that train of thought, but no. Yes, yes. You love collecting seeds? I do too, but I've got a lot, Tom. I've got a lot, and I've got a lot of phenomenal genetics that I want to grow. And a number of those have been like surprises. Like just, I get a letter from someone or a care package and I open it up and there's genetics in there. And I'm like, holy shit, this is like stuff that I've thought about growing, but never mentioned to anybody. And then boom, out of nowhere, pop, they, you know, just appear. And it's really cool. Really cool indeed. So I feel blessed about all that. But again, I have a lot. And I will grow till I can't and give away anything that remains. There should be a will for that. No kidding. Mr. Bibb said I have over 600 packs of seeds. They'll never be able to germinate all of them. Yeah, I mean, and I have phenomenal strains to choose from. I really do. You know, but I am limited on autos, so I have to keep that in mind. That if I'm going to be doing autos, that I will have to probably refresh some of that. 42 is the answer to the question. Thank you, Cheddar Bob, because I read it. Now I know. Cheddar Bob, you'll have to accept maybe I haven't been growing long enough. No, they're what I started out with. After this run of photos that I ran, I got to tell you, I want to try it. I want to try everything I've done in this grow on some autos and see how that is, because I think that would be pretty cool. Hey, Angie Burke's back in the house. Cheers, cheers, and good morning. Good morning. That's got to be an experience. Yeah. It's good we can laugh and joke about things. It really is. People are way too fucking serious out there in this world these days. Yes, yes. There's Jimmy John. Jimmy John running in with that big spoon to stir up the pot. As Jimmy John and Cheddar Bob will now get in an exchange over auto flowers. Nice. Nice, nice. So, speaking of 80s things also that I was just thinking about the other day with malls. 80s malls and what malls have turned into today and the assortments, the varieties. I mean, you could go to a mall and it was literally fucking one-stop shopping. You had everything there. You had a bar in the mall. You had a movie theater in the mall. You had fucking clothing stores. You had fucking sporting goods stores. You had fucking everything. You had like 10 different kinds of restaurants. The shit wasn't jammed all in a fucking food court. You could find food in every like wing and nook and cranny of the malls. I don't know. That's my there's my observation. The 80s for me was WWF, the A-Team, and Skunk. Nice, Tom. Nice. Nice indeed. Well, that's the thing, Mary. We have Destiny USA here in New York State. Now, I've been to that mall exactly 2 times. They're talking about if it's going to close. And that is, I don't know. That'll be different. But they have shootings in it. It's stabbings. It's not a safe place. It's like its own little city in Syracuse. Video arcades. Yep, John Boy. Kmart was popping back then. Your blue light specials. Get your freaking blue light specials. Yeah, Mary's got it. Yeah, Jody. Tons of concerts in the 80s. See, we had a lot more ice skating up here just because we're up far enough that hockey is huge. But I know Fulton had a roller skating rink, though I never went. And I remember going down lower in state, Binghamton, right across the border. Brackney, Pennsylvania has one. For 25 cents, you got your butt spanked on Street Fighter. Isn't that the truth, Dr. T? Subs and pretzels from Kmart? Yeah. Video arcades were the babysitters of the 80s at the mall. Yup. Here, go on in there. I'll come back and pick you up in 2 hours. That's true, John. That is true. 50-cent burgers, Jimmy John, absolutely. Yeah, we have, now we have 5 skating rinks in our city. Back when I was growing up, there was 3. So, yeah, real beef. Real beef. Oh, that had to be insane, Jody. You guys had a skate rink, arcade game room? Wow, nice. Nice. John Lindsay's a Toys R Us kid. Hey, Unspoken, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Having a little conversation on the 80s. Yeah, no seat belts. I remember that. I remember station wagons. Station wagons sitting in back, staring out the window. Fucking, yeah. Kmart did have a massive hamburger. You are right. Yo, Cyber Edits, what's up, my friend? What is up? How are you? Thanks for sprinkling all that love in the live yesterday, in the chat. Oh, yeah, Dr. T. Somewhere I got a scar on my leg from one of those freaking car push lighters. Because my brother was a dickhole. LA Gear shoes. What about Swatch watches? Do you guys remember the Swatch watch? Jordache jeans. KB Toy Store. Holy shit, Inu. Nice. I used to buy stuff to build model rockets from there. John Boy said the Mall of Memphis had a skating rink when it opened up. Nice. BK shoes? Yeah, Swatch, Jimmy John, Swatch. Mary was a Jordache girl. You know, jean jackets were pretty sweet. Oh, Mr. Crowley's going for the Walkman. Walkman for the win. Yeah. Levi's jean jackets. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, we did here too. And then, I don't know, Spencer's has changed so much now. I do believe there's still one in the mall from what I've heard, but I don't know. As I said, it's been years. It's probably been decades since I've been to the mall. Like at least 2. Yeah, that's true, Unspoken. That is true. You see some old stuff come back with a new look, yes. Yeah, Jimmy John, we were talking about the cigarette machines. I own one. I have one in storage right now. Spencer's. Tough skins, Mr. Crowley said, for poor people like him. Come on, Mr. Crowley. The Electronic Boutique. Holy crap. Holy crap. Scooby told you the time. Nice, John. Is that what you guys do? Mr. Crowley, you and Maine tool around in your parachute pants when you compare your grow off? Is that what you guys do? Yeah, it's, we all sit here and talk about the malls, and the reason that they're not there anymore is because we don't go to them, because they're not what they used to be. Yeah, jean jackets could make a civilized comeback. They're warm enough. Yeah, Aquanet hairspray. See? You were right, Mr. Crowley. You've just seen the three-wheeler Honda ATC? Radio Shack, no shit. Yeah, that was like a staple for me growing up, because I was into... Sorry, I just read Mr. Crowley writing, yeah, you break dance it out, you and Maine. That's fucking funny. That is. Painter's pants from an RV Navy store? Yes, yes. Yeah, that White Rain, that shit was flammable. White Rain's the one up here that was non-aerosol. There was a pump spray. But the Aquanet, that was aerosol. That was some flammable shit, yes. Because my brother and I had the idea of hiding in the closet with a can of it one day and a book of matches and seeing what would happen. And I know I lost an eyebrow. He lost a big wad of his fucking hair. And it stunk. Damn. Your big wheel had holes in the wheels, John? True unspoken. Shit kickers and flannel shirts. Oh, nice, Tom. Was that a 1987 Z24? Nice. Sugarcane Slurpee business, John Boy. Very nice. Aquanet was the shit to make a flamethrower. The internet couldn't handle seeing it. I think you're correct. I think you're correct indeed. Yo, Spliff, what's going on, my friend? Hair moose? Did I see hair moose? Trying to think of... No, when I first got my perm, because I had my 80s curly hair, no, I just let it dry curly and fucking shook my head, and that was it. There was no fucking styling or anything with it. Mr. Crowley's going to bust a move. Oh, Mary, thank you for coming in and hanging with us. Much appreciated. Thank you for the memories with us this morning as we're rolling up on 7 o'clock. Yes, yes, and be safe today. You and Rob have a good one. Jimmy John, yes, rectangle pizza in school. Yes, penny candies were a thing. were a thing. I remember going to Cape Cod to the penny candy store, and it was a thing. Yes, we had some great 80s horror movies. Great ones. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. You know, I think they were too, Gyro. Gyro made the comment to me, I think things were much more convenient and a lot simpler in the 80s. Some people might argue that we were much more naive in the 80s. I don't think so. I think, I don't know, we are in such a different place right now. And yes, life was hard on a number of different levels for us, but we just took it more in stride. We weren't afraid to drink out of that fucking garden hose. The Exorcist, yeah. The Exorcist, though, that movie was out in the 70s. The original one. I know this because my parents took me to see it when it came out, which made me like 7, which was not a good movie for a 7-year-old to see. That, too, is a whole nother story. Yo, Wiseman, good morning. Good morning. Wiseman says, had to see the husband off. First real day of work since. Poodle perms. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, penny Tootsie Rolls. Chad, are you getting out of here, my friend? Peace. Peace, peace. Thanks for coming in and hanging with us. Always making me laugh. Something good to be said about that. Mr. Crowley said, I don't dance. Never understood dance fighting. We never learned anything. Yeah, 80s and 80s. Tom, I wonder how many times it's going to keep auto-correcting you. Are you talking the real Leatherface, Ed Gein? Wasn't he like supposedly the real deal? Is that Fino I see? Fino, Dino, Larf Haters Club is in the house. Cheers, cheers, Fino. That was some shit right there. That it was. The gas crisis that Wingett's talking about. I saw that, Tom. That's why I didn't keep reading it. I'm guessing you were going to say 70s and 80s, or 80s and 90s, but still the same. Tom says, Gen X, we're at 13. We were treated like we were 30, and now we still act like we're 30. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know, Fino, you're right. If the person at the drugstore knew us, they wouldn't even care. They'd be like, oh, are these for your mom? Are these for the babysitter? And it's like, fuck, yeah. They could have been for us. They didn't give a shit. Oh, Gunnar Hansen. Yes, that's awesome, Cheddar Bob. Crumbleweig's son has met him twice, got his autograph. Yes, we went to Scaricon. And he got to meet him, along with some other cool-ass people. I got to meet Michael Berryman from The Hills Have Eyes and some other shit. Actually, it was on my birthday, and that motherfucker stood there and sang happy birthday to me. on my birthday. I was like, holy shit, it was freaking great. Breakdancing, John Boy. It's, you know what? I'll tell you what happened to it. Maine and Mr. Crowley, they were talking about it earlier. I've smoked on planes legally, Mr. Crowley. Oh, John Lindsay's talking about the safety dance. Oh, I bet, Tom, all the concerts in the 90s, yeah. My 80s concerts were badass, though. Absolutely badass. I mean, I can date myself by saying I went and saw the Black and Blue tour, which was Black Sabbath and Blue Oyster Cult. And then I saw Judas Priest, Def Leppard, and the Scorpions all in the same concert. Those were some like big fucking headline-y shit and things that I went to that were pretty cool. But that was when you'd have these massive arena tours, and they were freaking sick. And safe. Safe, too. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember. The most that happened was somebody got too fucking drunk before the concert and they just had to sleep it off in the car and piss on them. I don't know. Your mom got to meet the band Tesla. That's cool. Cool, John. Yes, yes, Dr. T. Yes, yes. 3 minutes to rip. I think I'm going to swap out this bowl. Yes, yes. Do 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 ba 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 ba. Oh yes, Cavs 80 hair bands. Yeah, smoking on airplanes. Oh, the free drinks were good too. They'd come by. Oh, do you want some? Yeah, give me a fucking rum and coke. Fuck, here you are. Do you need me to light your cigarette, sir? Absolutely. Could you please? That's right, Tom. Nobody likes to wait, but hey, that's okay. Everybody smoke whenever you want because that's what Crumble ends up doing anyway. Because I forget because I'm running my mouth. Oh, you saw Blue Oyster Cult in 2010? Nice. Hey, Wild Bill, what's up, my friend? Good morning, good morning. Oh, leaving work early again. Track shoes and Converse, Gene? Yes. Shows there a couple of times a week? Nice. Nice. Cool, Jody. Ooh, calves, women in snakeskin. Mr. Crowley saying, Gumby, oh, Poison, Rat, and Motley Crue. Bowling alleys, yes, you definitely could smoke in them. Winging it, I never flew I flew the cheapest possible airline. It was called People's Airlines. And I flew that fucking thing until the airline closed. But I would have $27 flights, $15 flights, all sorts of fucked up hours of the day, but it got me where I had to go. That is true, John Boy. A lot of good comedy movies. It is time, everybody. Cheers, cheers. Little hydration. Come on, you fucking lighter. Nice, Gene. Guns N' Roses and Poison in 93. Sweet. Cav said no panties and mini skirts. Maine chimes in and says, you know, Mary was a groupie. Big air and all. Nice. She's not even here to defend herself right now. Pretty sure she left. That's funny, though. That is very funny. Alexa, turn all lights off. Cheers, cheers, Fino. Cheers, cheers, my friends. Cheers, everyone. You were 14, so you missed out on Woodstock 99? Crumbleweig's brother went to Woodstock 99. Crumbleweig did not. Hey, little Miss Pop-Tart. Hold on, everybody. Dog's got to go out. Be right back. Here, buddy. Let's get you out there for a moment. Go on. Let's see what the other one's doing. Ba, 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 ba. Come on, buddy. Come on. Nugget. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, buddy. The heck was out there, huh? Here. Here. Go ahead. Right there. Huh. That was different. Different indeed. Ooh, sorry about that, everyone. Didn't realize there's 50 of us in here right now. Thank you, thank you. You remember drinking Tang? Tang and pound cake. My grandmother used to make fresh pound cake. We'd go out to her house and she'd always have Tang. We couldn't have anything else with it. I fucking hated Tang. I loathed that shit. Wasman says rig and shoulder pads, Pac-Man, cassettes, Jane Fonda workout. Yes. Yes, yes. TV dinners were a thing. TV dinners were good. I used to like the old school foil TV dinners from Swanson, but those are more of a late 70s, early 70s thing. Oh, okay, winging it. Well, that's, yeah. LA to New York City? Yes. Cabs, all-night skating party? Yes. Gene? Yes. Elf. Alien life form? Yes, yes. Tom, you know it. You know it indeed. Yes, John Lindsay. John Candy indeed. What's going on, Pop-Tart? Whoops. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Yo, Blazing Silver, what is going on, my friend? What is going on? So awesome to see you here. I'm about 5 minutes behind in the chat, so my apologies if people think I'm ignoring. That is not the plan here, not at all. She wore fishnet gloves, yes, with the earrings touching her shoulders. Oh, that's tough, little miss. But maybe little kitty will come back. They know where they get fed usually. I always wanted to be in the band. I had the hair for it, but Crumblewigs Pappy didn't like the idea of the band scene, though I went and saw tons of bands, snuck out and did it all the time. No shit. That sucks, Tim. That does. I asked Crumble Pappy about it. He's like, I had no interest in going. I'm like, well, you should have. Maybe you'd have been less of a butt hair sometimes. Yo, Levi, what's going on? And good morning. Cheers, cheers. Cheers, cheers, my friend. Parker, what's up? What is up, Parker? We are just chitting and chatting about the 80s and a little of this and a little of that. Doing a little smoking here, a little smoking there. Jimmy John, do 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 do. I know. I get it, Miss Pop Tart. Tab soda. Wow, Gene. Were you a fan of that? I had a woman who, up until about probably the last 10 years, used to get it brought into one of our smaller convenience stores, and she bought it there for probably the last 40 years, if not longer. Unreal. Her like fixation on that soda. She'd bring herself a 6-pack to work every fucking day. Ankle warmers? Yes. Yes, indeed. Astronaut strength Tang. It was still nasty, John Boy. Yes, Blazing, those parachute pants. Chicka pop pie, said Cabs. Yes, yes. Inu said Pop 10 jet fuel Kush for the spring kosher Kush female by DNA and jet fuel crossed with Dosido male. Heat wave by Arcave. It's me, Inu. Yes, yes. Yo, Fat Buds, what's going on, my friend? Thanks so much for popping in. Oh, yes, the old school Jiffy Pop, Tom. Yes, that stuff slapped. It always tasted so much better. Oh, Fino rolls in with Pee-wee, Pee-wee's Playhouse, Bozo the Clown, and let's not forget Captain Roo. No, you got to remember the Captain Kangaroo. Yes, yes. The Electric Company, yeah. And Zoom. Wasmond weekend, outdoor matador, biker parties. And you got to remember the wet t-shirt contest. I do remember the wet t-shirt contest. We used to have a lot of those that went on at the Restaurant Owners, Tavern Keepers clam bakes that we'd have up here. And they were quite impressive, but it is 7:10, everybody. I'm going to rip. A little hydration and a big shout out to the 49 of us in here. Cheers, cheers. Nice. Nice, nice. Fraggle Rock. Yes. Yes, yes. Nice. Shasta soda. Holy shit. Shasta soda. Does anybody remember the soda named Fresca? I think it was grapefruit flavored. Yeah, I remembered somewhere trying it years after having it from when I was little. Oh my God, it was fucking hideous. I don't know why I ever drank the shit. Fat butts. Don't remember much about the 80s, was busy partying and chasing pussy. Well, we too remember those portions of it. But every now and then we had moments of clarity. Spuds McKenzie, the party animal. Yes, Tom. Yes. Hey, local, what's up? What is up, my friend? Thanks for popping in. We are just chit-chatting a little bit about the 80s and a little pre-80s, little 90s, little whatever. You think so, Tom? Do you think Captain Kangaroo was only East Coast? I don't know. AB switches. Yeah, no shit. No kidding. Rewinding your VHS tapes. Yeah, Be Kind Rewind from freaking Blockbuster. Mr. Green Jeans. Captain Kangaroo on Captain Kangaroo. Mr. Green Jeans on Captain Kangaroo was Alice Cooper's dad. Is that factual, Tom? And yes, I'm 2 minutes behind in the chat, but I promise I'll read it when you tell me yes, it's confirmed. Ooh, Blazing says, Muhammad's Pineapple Paradise is yummy. Yes, yes. Pop Rocks, John Boy. Yes. Fraggle, are you talking Fraggle Rock? Fraggle Rock, Local Weedia, yes. Fresca's still around, Gene? No shit. Maine said, I think we need more wet t-shirt contests. Ha. We do. Oh, okay. That's cool. Cool indeed. He-Man. Yes, homie grows. He-Man, Fresca in a bottle, says Jody. Would make the world a better place. To wet pants contest. That's fair enough. 80s was cocaine, said Cavs. True story. Thundercats. Fresca came out after Tab for diabetics. I did not know that, winging it. But I guess that would make sense. I remember it was one of the drinks that my father had at the greenhouses. We had, because of all the workers that we had there, he had bought assorted sodas, and Fresca was just one of the flavors. It was weird. Booger sugar was real in the 80s. Yo, good morning, skeptical genealogist, Crumble sister. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Jackass, what's up? What is up, my friend? It is 7:15, which means it's time for us to rip again. Cheers, cheers. Maybe not. Maybe we were freebasing in the 80s, Parker. Some of us did a fine job of it. Some of us did a fine job of it. I'm just gonna check it out, Tom. That's all. You're probably right. Mickey D's 2 for 2, said Fat Butts. There was a lot of there were a lot of things that I think were very good deals that we had better than not just talking fast foods, but there was a lot of stuff. I don't know. Deals were deals to me. Captain Kangaroo, I know. Crumble Sis, I think, didn't like Captain Kangaroo. I mean, factually, Captain Kangaroo was an alcoholic. There was a whole movie about Captain Kangaroo or a fucking special of the week or something like that. Because I know Crumble's brother was devastated when he found out that Captain Kangaroo was an alcoholic because he like worshipped the ground that the dude walked upon. And I'm like, why? He hung out with that Mr. Green Jeans dude. 25-cent cheeseburgers, yes, yes. Hal, good morning, Hal. Oh, you miss Fraggle Rock? Yes. Or Fraggle Rock, whichever you'd like to say it as. I said Fraggle Rock. I get corrected to Fraggle Rock. I kind of don't give a shit, but I'll say it both ways for everybody in here. There we go. See, I got corrected. Thank you, local. I knew I wasn't saying it right. So, my apologies. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Jolt Cola. I don't know Jolt's origin, but I know that it was in the 80s. Cocaine in a can. Yeah, I remember Jolt finding it at a lot of dollar stores at a certain point in time. Like crazy numbers. Fresca came out long before the 80s, winging it. Yeah, I just couldn't remember when. I just didn't know if anybody had ever tried it. Heathcliff, yeah, that cat. He was an asshole at times. If that's the same cat we're talking about. I used to think he was. Though I got suckered into reading his little comic strips, but yeah. Do 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 do. Bum bum bum. $1966 for Fresca, says Gene. No shit. Bum, 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 bum. Bell Atlantic for house phone service. You know, way back, I do believe it was up here. I do indeed. I have to at some point. Mary asked about a picture of Crumble with long hair, so I've got to find one that I'll actually show on here at some point in time. Yes, yes. Oh, it's kind of funny though, Miss Pop-Tart. I think you're right on that, local. I think so. I think you have a very valid point. Oh, really, Stone Root? Your grandmother worked for Bell Atlantic? Yeah, I remember we always referred to the phone company as Ma Bell, but I never had a phone bill come from the phone company when it was under that name. My first phone bill was in Rhode Island, so it came out of whatever the hell was pushing out of that area then. I can't even remember when that would have been. 80s? Yes, 80s also. Yo, dude, Parker, that was fucking harsh. That was harsh, but funny. But funny. Parker said, Crumble with long hair. Just get a picture of Joe Dirt from the 80s. No, I didn't have the mullet. I don't think I had the mullet. No, I didn't have a mullet. It was just, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It worked. It worked back then. Yes, payphones local. I talked to, see, my kids are up to speed on all this stuff just because Crumblewick and Crumblewick's ex-wife, we talked about all those things so the kids would know. I don't know, just no. No, I didn't have a ponytail, Parker. No. Crumblewick's pappy would have cut my head off if I had a ponytail. I could have had hair long enough for a ponytail, but if I put it back like a ponytail, he would have cut my fucking head off. Absolutely. Oh, okay, winging it. No, I tell you. I remember I came home with my ear pierced. And Crumble Pappy grounded me to my room until it healed. He was a strict motherfucker when it came to stuff like that. Oh, coffee does sound good. Do I have some fat bud still? Yes, I do. Nice. That is true. That is a sad thing of the 80s when that senator did shoot himself on live TV. That was pretty traumatic. I was watching it. I remember I was watching some soap opera with a friend of mine. They had called me and said, hey, did you see this happen in this stupid fucking soap opera? And I flipped it on, and that was the day that they attempted to assassinate Reagan. So I watched that firsthand on TV. So, yeah. Really local. I can see that. That's true, Crumble sis. True indeed. True indeed. I do remember the song We Are the World. Yes, I do. Oh, it was a long time ago. Wasn't his name, why do I want to say his last name was Bud, B-U-D-D, or something along that lines? Really winging it. Oh, nice. Nice. Wasman said, there were still great American muscle cars. Daughter would drag race a Nova souped up to a 1200 cc with NOS. Nice. Yeah, the 80s they were fun. Tom said, I bet they ran out of cocaine the day they made that video. Yeah. Nice, Parker. Nice. Yeah, my father had a Plymouth Fury, and Nothing ever cool after that. A lot of the vehicles were all geared towards the business, vans, stuff like that. But Plymouth Fury was a nice car. Unfortunately, somebody ran a stop sign in front of our house and totaled it with my mom in it. Yes, that's right, local. It was the long hair and the earring that I think, had Crumble Pappy fearful. Who knows in this day and age? Who knows? All righty. Have a good and safe journey. I will talk to you later, Crumble Sis. Who? You had a Pinto. A Pinto, Tim. No shit. Oh, okay, Jody. I knew I remembered either the first or the last name. Fino Dino. You're looking for a Chevette, Parker? I know, it's funny how back in the 80s, some cars weren't worth a lot and were just like so disposable in a roundabout manner. Now people are like, holy fuck, what I would do for one of those. It's crazy. Ford Pinto was your first ride? Dang. You're lucky you lived to tell about it, my friend. How? Absolutely I did have a panel wagon. Yes, yes. Yep. Yes, indeed. When I got married, the second Mrs. Crumblewick, that's what I drove. And then I let her mom borrow it, and she dropped her cigarette on the floor, bent down to pick it up, and hit a fucking guardrail. Not a guardrail, but those wire ones. And it just like peeled the whole front wheel well off and part of the fucking door off. Pissed me off. What can you do? Right? Yeah, Fino. Do you know it's 10 o'clock? Do you know where your child is? Oh, cabs, 302 Boss Mustang. Nice. Yeah, Hal. Nice winging it. We are at 7:29. There's 44 of us in here. Thank you, everybody. Gonna hydrate. Hydrate. And I say cheers, cheers. Parker's Crumble at a mystery van. It wasn't a mystery van, though. No, hold on. So, I kind of did, now that you say that. So, probably 25 years ago, when Crumblewig's pappy had his flower business up and going, one of his delivery vehicles he had Looked like one of those old milk delivery trucks, big, huge one. And needless to say, when he stopped using it, I drove it for a while. So that was kind of my mystery van, because that was during the transition out of the Oswego State University when you needed a smoking place. So my staff used the back of the van. They sat it up with a table inside of it and chairs, and they made it into just basically a smoking area. So whenever we were at different locations, we had a place to go. So yeah, I guess I did have my my mystery van. You're a married man. You can't be pimping in a station wagon no more, Hal. Yeah, this is your brain on drugs. Yeah, I had a Chevy Celebrity station wagon. Tom, you had an 83 Cavalier hatchback. Nice. Holy shit, Brad. Nice. 72 Charger. 67 C20. Nice. Hot milk? Where's the beef? Thank you, Jack. Thank you, thank you. Never driven an Audi before. I've heard they are nice cars, just never had the opportunity to. I had a stick for a very short period of time. It was left to me when somebody passed away. And then as soon as I registered it, I was going through a divorce, and my ex-wife, who didn't drive, demanded the car in the divorce. So I let her fucking have it. It was a standard one anyway. She couldn't drive it nonetheless. So it just sat in front of her house for fucking eons. It's kind of funny. 71 Challenger, plum crazy purple 440 car. Nice. I bet you do wish you still had it. It's a little miss. You had an Audi as well. Nice. Yeah, no kidding, Jack. Mikey. Give it to Mikey. Mikey likes it. Nice, Wiseman. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yeah. I remember when the whole craze of all the car radio stealing and everything was huge. I can't tell you. I remember investing in the ones where the whole radio popped out, ones where the face came off, car alarms, you name it, mounting the whole stereo in the trunk, whereas it just had a remote that went along with it. Yes, indeed, Wasman. 8 tracks. Oh, is that what you learned on was 3 on the Tree, Jimmy John? Nice. Nice. I bought a truck with I don't know, the utility work beds on each side of it. It was like the big fucking utility truck. It's exactly what it was. Ladder racks, whole 9 yards. Because I was going to start some fucking handyman business. What a fucking mistake that was. What a mistake that was. Great deal on the truck, though, I must admit. Don't ask me why you guys need to know about that, but it was a thing. Wow, John boy. I had the opportunity to drive a 3 on the Tree in college. Watched a friend of mine burn up the other friend's clutch in like world record time. It's like, no, thank you. I don't need to learn this. I don't. I mean, how common is it Now what? I'd get stranded in the middle of East Bumfuck, and that'd be the only thing available. But I think I could figure out my way through it, I would imagine. Yeah, no kidding, John. Weird Al, Gallagher, and Yakov Smirnoff. Yeah, that no seatbelt thing's a weird one. I remember seeing even some of the, well, seeing, living firsthand through it. But like I remember when we adopted Crumble's sister, uh, the rules had changed and everything, and you suddenly had to have a car seat, and you suddenly had to have a whatever. But there was no real enforcement, and they were hideous apparatus that I think could have done more injuries to children than anything else at that point in time. George Carlin, indeed. Right, local, just in case. Oh, Stone Root. Had to replace the clutch. That's just it, Tom. The one guy that burnt the other one's clutch out was deaf. So the one guy's trying to yell at him to tell him what he's fucking doing wrong. And Stewie is just fucking looking at him because he's screaming so he can't read his fucking lips. So he's yelling at him to slow down. And what a clusterfuck and a half. Dropping into second here in the chirp. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I remember doing that a couple of times, but it was in a driveway or something like that, never down the road. No. Crumblewig's Pappy was among all the things that he did, I mentioned before, he was dean of students at my high school. He was eventually became principal. He was also driver's ed teacher. So any of this stuff where it would come with anything irresponsible like that in his mind, would be no of the universe, which I can see in hindsight now, but still the same. You got to learn to drive and to steer somehow. Yeah, Fino. No shit. Wow, local. Wow. I'm not disputing it, winging it. I had one of Crumble's sons. I can't remember how old he was. Had him out on a piece of property that my pappy owns, and I said to him, "Hey, fucking drive." And he was like, "I don't want to." I'm like, "Why? You're not going to fucking hit anything." He's like, "I don't want to." And then he was like the last one to get his license, I think. Yeah, he was, now that I think about it. Waited almost 5 years later than his siblings. Just a weird thing. Most semi trucks are automatic now. I think you're right. But there's got to be tons out there that aren't still. That's a fair statement, unspoken. Nice, Tom. Son's 25 and drives a stick just like his dad did all them years ago. Cool. Really? That's cool, Reborn. I got to tell you, I could never, I couldn't do the whole tractor trailer thing. No, I could not. Maybe if somebody needed me to drive it 10 fucking feet down the road, but no. That intimidates the fuck out of Crumbawig, I will tell you. Yo, Ginger Ham, what is up? Good morning. Good morning. That's good winging it, though. It is. It is. I mean, is there a part of me that wishes that all of my children know how to drive stick? Yes, I don't believe any of them do. Maybe that should be something on my bucket list to make sure I teach them all before they die. Before I die, actually. Yeah, it is a lost art. Jimmy, we can get you wooden blocks. That is not a problem at all, Jimmy John. You can tape them right on your feet. Can tape them right on for you. Flashbacks are real. Well, that is true, too. It used to be a lot easier to work on vehicles than it is now. It's not, no. Nope. Because Crumble, way back in the 80s, used to get pissed off on how much I'd get charged for automotive work. So I went and took a 2-year class to be a certified automotive repair technician so I could fix all my own fucking shit until I couldn't anymore. But yeah, that's some fun, Tom. Learning how not to drift backwards. Yeah, some of us learned that the hard way a few thumping times. Good morning, Evie. How are you this fine day? Much love to you. Much love to you as well. It is 7:44. We are rolling up on 7:45. Let me pull out a new fresh bowl, drop that into here, and see if I can get a little closer to being caught up on the chat. A shout out to the 47 of us in here right now. Thank you, thank you. Cheers, cheers. Let's rip. Nice, John boy. I used the handbrake and cheated, Tom. And no, they don't. Nobody works on cars themselves like they used to anymore on Spoke, and you are correct. Yeah, my kids, two of my children are great with the automotive stuff. One of them knows how to do brakes, the whole 9 yards, all of that. And the other one, I'm sure, could make his way through it. The other two, not so much. They'd prefer to go to a garage and go that route. And that's fine. I just, maybe they know they're always going to be able to lean on one another, but yeah. I bet if push comes to shove, Jody, she could pull it off. Yep. Wow, no shit. That's kind of crappy unspoken, but yeah, that is good that the company paid for it. No, Evie, I'm not. I'm not a mechanic for cars, not at all. Crumbleweed got pissed off at one point in time and went to school for it so I could do work on my vehicles. That was it. Purely it. I had no desire to go into the field at all. It was just, it pissed me off, and I was that driven to not have to go to fucking garages anymore. Ba ba bum 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 ba bum bum. Fino Dino. I've only had to do that a couple of times. Well, and it hasn't been my vehicle either. The popping it into start from neutral. Yes. Yo, Eagle MX9, what is up? Good morning. The Flintstones taught you how to drive. Went through a lot of shoes back in the day. I had a car like that the whole driver's side of it, my father had replaced with old license plates. Because I got pulled over one time because part of the shit was hanging down, scraping on the road. So the state troopers pulled me over and were like, what the fuck? And I'm like, my dad did it. And they're like, get it fixed. So I lucked out with that. But you've had your Dodge since 2002, Maine? Hitting the starter with a hammer worked many times. Many times. Yo, Robert's Place. What's up, my friend? What is going on, buddy? Thank you so much for swinging in. Yes, yes. My father used to have us, we were well versed on changing out ballasts in his 1980 Dodge Ram Charger. They were located in this fucked up place. They were ceramic about this big, two metal prongs in them, and the thing just flat packed on the floor. So you'd have to make sure that you had this like dielectric spray that you would spray on the fucking hole in the floorboard, and then you would push this fucking ceramic thing through it. Pain in my ass. Yo, Inu, yes, 11 days till spring on the calendar. Let's go. Hey, Doko, what is up, my friend? How are you? Yep, the weld marks, the arc marks on the screwdriver, Tom, absolutely. Yeah, it was an easier time back then, Eagle. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah, Stone Root. Do 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 do. So we are rolling up on 8 o'clock. There's 52 of us in here. What's everybody got going on today? I know it's Monday. Are we rolling out the door to work? Crumbles off today and tomorrow because this is part of my, the other half of my 4 days off for the week. Oh, I know. I had a bunch of them in my yard day before yesterday, homie. All the fucking birds that came back to my yard. I was like, holy shit, I don't even have bird food out yet. I was talking to Crumble Sis about that. She's like, you got to get the bird food out. I'm like, I spend a lot of money on bird food, and right now, it's not an A priority, but I don't know. That's what credit cards are for. I will feed the birds with my credit card. Absolutely. Yo, Wayne, good morning, buddy. What is up, my friend? Yes, Tom, you are right. You are right. Our kids are going to say all sorts of strange shit when they get to be our age. Nice, man. I hope you're able to get those both done. Fino said high as fuck. Just tried putting the dank jar lid on the grinder. It's okay. The other day I dropped my fucking lighter down into this part of my fucking bong because I wasn't paying attention for no good reason. I was so fucking high. Yep. Little housework. Nah, I got to do some of that too. Oh, no kidding, Wasmond. Oh, he's one of the kids how to change plugs. She pulled every wire off. Wow, winging it. Oh, that's cool, Eagle. Yes, yes, fire in the bowl. Why not? Why not? Park that right there. Get this joint back out. You know, back when I had my online business, I bought a lot of auction lots. Police auctions were my absolute favorite. Some of the stuff that I would end up getting from those winging it were fucking incredible. And I made like big bank. Classic rock like Korn and Nirvana. Whoo! That's funny, Tom. Oh, got to get rid of dead plans for the new John? Yeah. I should get out there and do some stuff today. I'll see. It's supposed to be 60. If it's 60, why not? Even if it's in the 50s, I'll get out there today. You know, that was one of the things that when I got was going through my divorce from the first Mrs. Crumblewick, that was one of the things she tried to go after me for. It was like some of my tools and my Chilton manuals, because every time I got a car, I'd always buy the Chilton manual to go along with it. You know, so she decided to be a bitch and try and get me for those. I won, though, because she didn't drive. So the judge felt there was no need for her to fucking have those. That's true, Tom. We can just ask our phones now. And watch a video on it, too. Oh, you got an e-bike, John Boy? That's cool. Well, let us know how it is, Eagle. Yeah, there's something about it, Tom. There just is something about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wasn't Johnny rip my own fucking transmission out, but, you know, there was a ton of shit that I was able to do and save myself boatloads of money and money for friends, too. Because I had this deal that if I was going to do the work on your car, you had to pay for all the parts and you had to be there because I wanted you to learn how to do it too, or at least have an understanding. So you knew what to look for when you got your car back from a mechanic or whatever. Because there's a lot of shady motherfuckers out there, in Crumble's opinion. Hey, thanks, Eagle. Thank you very much for stopping by and for your kind words. You out winging it? I hear you. Is that what it is? It's MILF Monday, Jimmy John's Day? Oh, you said it, Big Terp. You said it. You said it, and good morning. All mechanics are shady mother effers. They're like politicians in the courthouse. Hey, TJ, what is up, my friend? Good morning, good morning. Yes, yes, did have an absolutely awesome weekend. Yes, yes. Boo, 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 boo. Huh. That's cool, Tom. Sorry, everybody. I was reading along in the side chat. We are rolling up on 8 o'clock here, everybody, which means I am going to hydrate a little bit. That is fair, Tom. That is fair. I learned to work in the fucking with gloves on very quickly once shit started eating up on my hands. That was a deciding thing, too. If anybody was like, hey, how come you didn't go into that route? I didn't want to have the grease under the nails and everything and my skin cracking and chipping all the time because most automotive fluids are pretty dang offensive to our skins. So, but needless to say, it's 8 o'clock, so who cares about that? What's Crumble Week's talking about? So cheers, cheers, everybody. Hey, Wasman, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us this morning. Super, super awesome of you. And for the 49 people that are chilling with us, thank you, thank you. We will be wrapping this up in a moment. And yes, yes, Brett, you have yourself a beautiful day. Say hello to the missus. Indeed, indeed. Oh, see, I had no problem at all with working on brakes. None whatsoever. Replace everything from the fucking column all the way back to the fucking rear on older vehicles. Shit nowadays, fuck no. Not even remotely. Wouldn't know where to start. Everything's so computerized, it's like if you touch it, forget it. Nice. Okay, you're going to put new valve cover gaskets on in your truck. Brake lines can be a pain in the ass. I don't know. I had such a bad experience with them so many times that I forced myself to learn how to work on them. Yo, Evie, you have a absolutely fantastic and beautiful day as well. Be safe out there. Be safe indeed. All righty, fat buds. I will catch you later. All righty, Parker, get out there and have at it. And everyone else, I want to thank you guys for being here and chilling with us this morning. This has been fun talking about the 80s and a little bit of everything out there. So, all right, you guys, get out there today, make a difference, tell someone you love them, let them know how much you appreciate them being in this community. And, yeah, everyone, have a great day. Peace. Ba-da, boo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.